Hello, welcome everybody. Today Kanajashi and I are going to do another review of the anime season, this time of the summer anime season, which looks to be really exciting. There's a lot of shows like right off the bat that I'm looking at that appear really good, and I actually know where the source material is from, so that's really cool. So Kanajashi, say hi.
Hello, welcome. Yes, we're going to be looking at some more anime stuff. We're going to weeb out together because I enjoy weebing with Juju. And
Likewise.
let us jump right into it. So, do you have some specific series that you're really excited about for this season?
The first and foremost, the one that's really obvious is Fate Apocrypha,
Yeah?
because I'm considered a casual fan of the series because I don't really know everything about it, but I really love the series. And Fate Apocrypha, not made by Ufotable this time, it's actually made by A1 Pictures, but I watched the first
Mm-hmm.
episode and it doesn't seem to be a problem like at all. In fact, I
Yeah, they're,
actually really
they're
like the
pulling off
character
the
design.
animation well enough?
They're putting out the animation really well, and because it's Fate, they actually had to put in the money for it. If not, they'd
Yeah.
be really they really disappoint the audience, like Studio Dean did with Fate Stay Night. Let's not talk of that.
Yeah, that was a lower bar. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
So
mean
I.
the Fate stuff is pretty fun. Like I've seen, I haven't really sat down and watched all the way through with like Fate Zero and Unlimited Blade Works. I watched most of it, but it's always been good whenever I've seen it. So I'm not that into the Fate. It's not like I'm drawn to it like you are because you already know a lot about the stories and stuff. But
Mhm. Mainly from the witty.
yeah. I'll I'll take a peek at this one. Of course, I always watch every single episode one of a season just to get a taste tester. But
Yep.
anything else?
So okay, just to go into further detail about this, like the opening is really good. It's by Yoest. So good. I can't
Yeah,
wait until the CD is out so I can buy it. So good.
yeah. Have the
Um,
single.
yeah, I want to have the single. Like it was actually really that good. It appealed to me so much. And I can't really say much about the show besides that it introduced a lot of the characters fairly well, although like only half, not even half the cast has been introduced yet. That's probably it. Actually, that's gonna be 100% in episode 2 because I just saw a Twitter post of a teaser.
No, those teasers.
Yep. Not really much else to say about it really, other than you should watch it because it's Fate, and Fate is almost never bad.
All right.
Alright. Wow. Okay. So next one is Takagui. I don't know how to pronounce that properly. I have no clue the studio is. Studio Mappa. Okay.
Mappa.
So,
Oh,
oh, they
Mappa's
did
done
You Were
some cool
Nice.
stuff.
Okay. Oh shit, they've done a lot of cool shit like
Yeah,
Shinichi no Bahamut, Yuri on
you're in
Ice,
ice.
Zanku no Terra,
Yeah, they did
Punch-Out was
Days.
so.
They did all
Oh,
sorts
they
of
did
fun
Hajime no
stuff.
Ippo as well. Okay, so they have a good repertoire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Studio Mappa's pretty good.
Okay, it's just I never heard of them before. Like I never really heard the name going around. Anyway, category is I didn't really go into the synopsis of Fate Apocrypha. You guys can read that. Anyway, category is about a high school pirate academy that um works around gambling. Like who has the most money, like how the world really works. Whoever has the most money has the most power. That's how it works in this anime.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually read the source material about it, and the source material is really good. I love the art style, the facial expression, the characters, the character design, the mind games that they do half the time, and like it's not resident like boring mind games that make you want to fall asleep. It actually somehow manages to be a bit interesting and makes you keep wanting to look forward to more. I haven't watched the first episode yet, even though it's aired, because I couldn't find subs for it. But I would highly recommend picking this show up. At least the first 3 episodes, see whether you like it or not. And if you don't like it, I'm gonna be really confused, but that's your choice.
So you've read the source material. What kind of games do they play? Is it just like regular casino gambling stuff, like blackjack and poker and those kind of games?
In the beginning, it was, and like actually in the very beginning, it was, and then it started showing its own variation of all the gambling games, like with minor quirks to them, which made it a lot more interesting. But it made me so that I had to actually read properly to understand the rule set, and I had to read it when I was like in. I had to not be sleepy to read it. so I could actually follow it and
You
understand
actually
it.
had to know somewhat about the rules. Oh, that's how he's twisting that rule. Oh, he's won because of that reason, sort of thing.
Yeah, and I like what I also like about the series is that it doesn't treat the viewer like they're dumb, like a lot of series tend to do, intentionally or not. So
Hmm.
that was really good. Like it just played it through and explained it along the way, but it didn't treat you like yeah. I just it's a really good read, and I would assume that it's gonna be a really good watch since it's made by Studio Mappa, who's made a lot of good stuff. All right.
All right. Well,
Uh,
any more for you that you're like super excited about?
let's see. There's Violet Evergarden. Like I've heard a lot about it. Like there was a lot of teasers about it. I haven't really paid much attention to it. It's by Kyoto Annie. The first episode's already aired, and on Mal it's at 8.9. Okay, I have to watch that. I don't really know
It's
anything about
KyoAni?
it.
I didn't know
Yeah, it's Kyoto
KyoAni.
Annie.
Well, if it's KyoAni, I watch it. That's just I watch all KyoAni stuff because it's just good. I didn't realize they're doing something this season.
Yeah, I didn't realize it either. It's I probably give it a watch, but I don't know what it's about. Like zero idea what it's about. So I can't really explain anything about it. All I know
Yeah,
is that it's
but
by
I didn't know either. So, I mean, I just Kyoto Animation just has so many good things. I'm a fan of theirs, so if they're doing something, I will watch it all the way through just to be like, see what they're doing.
Yeah, there was a teaser like I saw when scrolling through Facebook, but I completely missed it. So I didn't actually watch it. So hence I have no idea what's going on with that show. But
Cool.
I can't wait to watch it. Alright, so the next is Toito Uso, which I also read the source material for, and I have not
I
watched the
have
first episode
too.
yet.
I've read the source material for this for a significant portion of the manga. It's an
Yeah,
interesting one.
yeah, it's the main character so beta though.
But that's how it
Like,
always is. You have the main character that's like, "Oh my god, dude, if I was in your situation, I would just go right up to that girl and sort of thing and be like, Argh." It's meant for you to get frustrated with his ineptness."
yeah, it's at least it's not as beta as the recreated protagonist. Jesus Christ, I wanted to neck him. He was so bad. He was so cringe every time he was on screen. And when he's on, I loved it when he didn't talk.
Wow, that's
But yeah,
harsh.
Toyota Usos, it's like a bit of teenage angst drama stuff. Like if you enjoy that shit, like it's not as bad as I'm describing. I really enjoy reading it. It's
But it's definitely
unfortunately,
it's not a comedy. It's definitely a drama. You think it's like, oh, it's a high school student's like romance thing. It's going to be a comedy, and it's a drama. The setting is that it's future Japan, slightly in the future, but for the declining population, the government basically gives you a marriage partner, and you get married to that person, and it's the government's decision now. And the guy likes one girl, but he's not the one. He gets chosen for him, and then he has to deal with his fiance that is chosen for him, and then the love triangles that spring up around that, and all of the drama that goes with it as they're trying to
yeah,
figure out their first love, sort of thing.
it's overly complex. It's like your typical, to a degree, typical high school romance love triangle drama, but it has a bit of twist here and there, which keeps it interesting. And the characters are really likable. The main male though makes me want to punch him sometimes.
Uh, Again, I think that's what main males are supposed to do. They're supposed to want you to self-insert over top of him, so that you are thinking that you are the one that is getting the anime girls, because that's all we really want in the end, right?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's made by Leland Films, which hasn't made a terrible show, but they haven't made amazing shows. Like they made good shows, but nothing amazing, nothing terrible. I'm looking through their listing here. Yeah, so they're probably gonna do an okay. Oh god, they did Berserk 2016. Moving on.
It's like, oh
But
god, they made Berserk. Ah, right away.
But yeah, they're not gonna do a shit job. If anything, the show will be very watchable, and if you enjoy reading the source material, you should probably watch the anime. If you enjoy your romances, watch it as well. Like, I'd give it at least the 3 episode treatment. If you can't catch the show by 3 episodes, it's okay. Like, just drop it.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, there is new game season 2. My
Yes!
diabetes and
It's
like
just
new games.
levels of cuteness. That's all it's for. There's no
There's no plot. There's
there's
no
no
anything.
plots.
You watch it
There's
to
no
relax.
real like reason to watch this beyond it just being cute. And that is all I need it for. It is the guilty pleasure season thing for me. Like the show of this season, a guilty pleasure. Just sit there on a Friday night when I want to turn off my brain and just go, cuteness. Basically.
Yeah, it's season 2. Like, it's been a year since the original new game aired, and season 2 was well timed. Summer, brilliant. And I mean, if you enjoy a show that you just want to turn off your brain and relax, new game is the show to watch for that.
Yeah,
It's
if you've
really fun
seen,
to
if you
watch.
know what new game is, you'll know whether or not you like it. You know.
Yeah, pretty much. And if you haven't watched season 1, I would recommend you do so. I think you would probably have at least one character you like out of the entire show. They appeal to a lot of like demographics in terms of the characters.
I mean, there's some people that just can't handle that sort of 4 coma slice of life settings and paces. But if they can get through at least one episode of the first season to see if they like it or not, then it's
pretty
good.
much. All right, next we have Mahotsutai no Yume, which the English title is, for those of you who are unfamiliar with it, is the Ancient Magus' Bride. I read the source material for this one too. A lot of the anime this season, I actually read the source material for.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. So
I have no information about this. What is this?
it's basically about okay. The chapters get updated really slowly, so I actually forgot what's about for the most part. But reading the synopsis here. Hattori Chise is only 16 but has lost far more than most. With neither family nor hope, it seems that all doors are closed off to her. But a chance encounter began to turn the rusted wheels of fate. In her darkest hour, a mysterious Magus appears before Chitose, offering a chance that she couldn't turn down. The Magus, who seems closer to demon than human, will he bring her the light she desperately seeks, or drown her in the ever deeper shadows? Spoiler alert, it's the former, because it's mainly the former. It's a really good read. I enjoyed reading the manga a lot. The problem is it just updates so slowly that I need to
What is it?
reread it every so often.
Once a month
It's
or more?
It's longer than that.
Like once every like few months? Oh man, that's so slow.
Yeah.
And you get to that point where it's like, oh, this manga that I'm following updated. Where are we in the story? It's been so long.
Yeah, I had to reread it 3 times now.
You keep yourself from
That's how
praised.
slow.
You know, there's a couple
Yeah.
manga that are like that I've basically just put on a watch list, and I will wait until they say completed, and then I'll read them.
That's a good idea. But the problem is it'll probably like 3 years before it even completes.
Yeah, there's a few that I'm waiting like that on. I'm just like, I've like reread this a couple of times in order to get myself back up to it. It's like, god damn, I'm not even doing it anymore. But
so
yeah, I knew nothing about this one. That looks kind of fun.
it is. The genres are slice of life, magic, fantasy, and shonen. It's not your typical slice of life. It's how do I describe it? It's a slice of life that isn't a high school.
It's not like a comedy slice of life. It's more of just actual, just following a person in their life sort of thing.
Pretty much. Like, there's no real end goal reading the manga so far, but there's progression, and you do see character development and stuff like that. So it's good. It's also made by Wit Studios, which made Shineti no Kyojin, Ori no Seraph, Cabanero the Iron Fortress. They made Hull they made Hull? I like that movie. Yeah, so the show will be done justice. They've actually done 3-episode OVA. I think only 2 episodes of the OVA so far. Yeah, only 2 episodes of the OVA so far, and the anime studio does do them justice. So if you have an open mind, I would say pick this show up. And in fact, I just say give this show like every other show, give it the 3-episode treatment. If you don't like it, that's unfortunate, and just move on from there. But I don't think I think a lot of people will like the show. They'll probably like keep watching it. It's also 24 episodes. Wow.
It's
Okay
even
then.
longer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long show.
Going for
so,
2 cores.
Some people might want to wait until it's finished, but you have to wait until end of the year. Ugh. So that's enough of the that show. I think there's only one more. It's Ballroom e Yokoso, English title being Welcome to the Ballroom. I have not read it. I have been meaning to read it. I've been postponing reading it for a year. And
what is this? Welcome to the ballroom.
It's a ballroom manga. It's about ballroom dancing. It's
What? Really? Okay.
And it's by Production IG, so it's not gonna be shit animation wise, and it's a dance anime. Oh, that's actually not bad.
Where is it? I'm trying to find it.
Hang on, I'll link it. Give me a sec. Look at this top PMs.
Oh, there it is. There I go. Found it.
Yep. So wow, it's also 24. So many 24 episode shows. I love it.
But okay, I guess I've seen anime about all sorts of weird things. Professional dancing, sure, that could be interesting to watch. Not sure if that will catch me.
But I've seen like there's one person on my Facebook that loves this manga and constantly posts about it, especially when it updates, and she likes it a lot. And I've been meaning to pick it up. It's just that I don't know why I haven't picked it up. Oh, because it never updates. The manga never
one
updates.
Of those really slow ones.
Yeah, but I heard it's really good. And you look at the MAL ratings, 8.2. If you go to the manga rating as well, it's really high. Yeah, it's 8.5. It's a really good manga. I'm definitely going to pick it up when it airs. It's already aired. It's episode 1. And episode 2 is in 2 more days, just like Fate Apocrypha. Awesome. So I'm going to pick this up 100%. Probably going to wait until 3 episodes come out, then I'll pick it up. So then you just watch it in like one sitting.
Feels a little weird to me. I'll probably watch episode 1 of it, but I don't know if I'll continue. It's just maybe not my genres.
Oh, there's Sakura Ayane voicing it. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Oh, is it minor character? Oh. No, it's a main character that looks like a minor character. Okay. Moving on. There's one last one.
One last one that you're excited about? What is it?
Yep, that would be... Hang on, need to find it. Hellgirl, Season 4. Yeah,
oh, yeah.
dude!
I guess if you're... I've never seen any of the Hellgirl series, so I have no idea what it's about. But I assume that if you know what it is, you know whether or not you like it or not.
Okay, I watched Season 1 and Season 2 out of order because it was on Animax. And that was when I was like 9.
Okay.
Holy shit, that was legit when I was 9. So I don't remember anything. I had to watch the show from scratch. I'm not sure if you have to watch the show from the beginning to actually understand what's going on. But if you've watched Hellgirl and you like it, I like this show. I absolutely love it. Especially with how lowly I think of humanity. I really like this show. it speaks to me on a spiritual level.
How lowly you think of humanity.
You've seen how I act in front of stupid.
All right.
But yeah, it's a fourth installment to the Hellgirl series.
Maybe I'll have to go watch the original episode 1, see if I like the concept of it. But otherwise, it just like, I pick up a 4th season in the middle when I haven't even looked at the first 3. So I'll maybe go back and watch the first season. But it is rated R17 plus for violence, profanity, probably some blood, right? Yeah,
it has a fair bit of blood. It's also by Studio D. It's by Studio Dean, but Studio Dean has done like hits and misses, I guess. They've done Higurashi, if that helps. Oh wait, they've done Higurashi. That means they do this show well, 100%.
They did Fate Stay Night, which you were talking about earlier.
Shh. Speak of that. Yeah, they've done a lot. Well, I didn't even know that Studio Dean was that old. Holy sh... Is that a yaoi shot? Now moving on.
They also have Yuri. They did Sakura Trick.
Oh yeah, good point. So,
they balanced it out. They did a yaoi, and then they did a Yuri. Call it good.
So it starts airing on July 15, and the recording of this podcast is July 7th. It's gonna be like more than a week until this thing releases. I'm not sure if you have to. So like I can't really say if you have to watch the previous seasons to watch episode 4.
But
Season 4.
there is time to find season 1, episode 1, the pilot, and give it a try before it comes out.
It's a decent show to marathon, though. Yeah, I haven't watched the show in a while. I think the last time I watched the show was 2 years ago. It was on TV. And I just watched it. So I was like, oh shit, it's how got a long time no watch. And I watched it and I was like, wait, what season is this? What's going on? What the actual, what? Oh, I think you probably need to watch season 1 because I watched season 3, like middle of the episode. I was completely lost. So yeah, you have to probably watch season 1 now that I think about it.
Well, I'm just listening to you talk here, reading some of the other synopses, and just this one here. To skirt no naka wa whatever it is. It's like this guy goes to college, but he cross-dresses as a girl, but another girl picks him up thinking he's a girl, and it's just like assumes that he's a lesbian, but he's really just a cross-dresser. It's just like, what the fuck?
Rated 5.7 out of 10, and it's only 5 minutes long per episode. Do you want to watch it? Probably not.
Oh, it's actually I've seen this before. They did this last season too, where they had these 5-minute episodes, and they were basically like a hentai that was cut up into 5 minutes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and it's just sort of like the craziness that can happen in anime. But yeah, that's the ones you're really excited about, eh? All right, now for me, so I've already watched a couple episode 1s of stuff. One of them is, oh god, how do you pronounce this thing? Katsugeki Token Ranbu, or whatever it is. It's Ufotable
anime.
Yeah. I was a little concerned at the beginning, because I'm like, it's nothing but pretty boys. You know, thinking it's one of those sort of like period drama, whatever, with a bunch of pretty boys. Like, there's those exist for the Fujoshi. But it's actually a little more interesting. The story is about, in the future, we have the ability to detect anomalies in the timeline, and we send back forces in order to protect the timeline. And the characters for the show are like these sword spirit warriors. Like, they're coming out of the sword spirit. It's just weird, but...
Oh, so it's like Tantai Collection, and where your waifu's a battleship, and in this case your husband does a fucking sword.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But the action, of course, it's Ufotable. The action's really good. Lots of really good animation. The water effects are amazing. The rain and them running through the puddles and that kind of stuff for the first episode. It looks interesting. I'll be watching at least 3 episodes of this and see where it goes. But they're fighting these sort of like, how could you describe them? They're like floating skeleton monster things that are like, I don't know how to describe these. What do they call them? They're like these bad spirits, basically, that are coming in to disrupt the timeline. And they, at any time, they have their little companion that looks like, you know, the random magical girl furry thing that sits on their shoulder and gives them advice. But this one's actually a robot or something along those lines. It can bring up a computer and start thinking, like, researching stuff. They're like, oh, in this place there's like a couple of people that are really important, we have to protect them, sort of thing. I love the time travel implications of that stuff, that genre, so it looks interesting, and I'll be checking it out. It does have like it's like an adaptation of an anime in the past, I believe, so maybe it's a better adaptation of it. And interestingly, the source is a card game, which is cool. Kind of like with the Shinjiki no Bahamut did, where it's from a card game, but they just decided, let's just take the setting of the card game and make a cool story about that. So hopefully that's what they're doing here.
And it's
be
quite affordable. If anything, the action seems to be really nice, and the animation will like blow your mind away.
hmm
But whether the show keeps you watching it, it looks a bit debatable. I've
we'll
been
see.
meaning to
Yeah,
pick up the show.
I'm a little concerns about the sort of the story and like the me wanting to continue watching it for its content. It'll be pretty, for sure, but we'll see.
100%.
Moving on, there is several Isekai shows this
So
season.
many.
There is Isekai wa Smartphone to Tomoni. So that is this guy who basically is accidentally killed by God, and God's like, sorry, I didn't mean to. Let me put you into a fantasy world, and just because we're going to give you OP as fuck powers, also, we're going to have your cell phone that you never have to charge and always has signal. So you can, he can just live in this alternate world with all the magical abilities and a infinite cell phone. It's a
Mm-hmm.
light novel isekai thing. It I have a Japanese friend. He said he's read the light novel and says it's very light in its sense. Like it's very non-consequential. Like he's just goes around and just does random stuff, looking up how do I make. What was the example? How do I make butter or something like that with his phone, and like figures out and makes some butter, and then it's like some revolutionary thing, and he starts a business making butter or something along those lines. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, so it's very
it's
casual.
not like he goes and fights the demon lord. He just lives his life and does random shit and meets cute girls. It's gonna be just relaxation type show. Kind of like what New Game would be, but sort of an isekai setting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks like to turn your brain off and then watch it sort of thing. Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, the art style is like doesn't. I'm looking at the character design. It just does not appeal to me. But it looks like it could be okay to look past that. I don't know. Question mark.
Yeah, my standards for it are going to be low. Like they're not going to be, wow, I really want this to be a deep, interesting story like something like ReZero did, where I was really like, man, I got to watch that every single day to figure out the story of it. It's going to be just, I'm going to turn my brain off and laugh as this guy does ridiculous stuff.
Oh, that's
Another isekai has in its name Isekai Shokudo, which
that looks
is
moderately interesting.
this, and the first episode is out, and I've seen it already, and it's the story of this demon or devil girl, and she is can't find work because they're prejudiced against her kind in the human city that she's in. And then there's a door magically appears when she's sleeping in this ruin. And she goes in the door, and it's a Japanese restaurant. And just so
Mm-hmm.
happens, this guy owns this restaurant, but then after it closes in Japan, its front door teleports around to various fantasy worlds. And so she gets a job being a waitress in this restaurant that has all of these fantasy characters come in. Like the first episode, there was this dragon lady and like a lizard man and a lion guy and all that kind of stuff uh, in there, just eating and talking about the food. There was an entire scene arguing about what's the best way to eat white rice. And so it's going to be slice of life, just drivel, I think. Although a genre thing on here says mystery, which, why is it a mystery?
Mystery
I don't
comedy. That
know.
is
Like,
not a combo.
why is a comedy mystery a thing? I don't know, but I'm gonna watch it because it looks cute, and I'm addicted to isekai, and waitresses' costumes are kind of nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the character designs look pretty decent. I might pick that up as well, if only for the character designs and do the 3 episode treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Is
And
that an
then
elf girl?
on the back, yeah, I think so.
Okay, watching it.
And then what was this? I think this is the last isekai that I am paying attention to is called Knights and Magic, and I've been actively reading the manga for this, and it's this guy who is a programmer, like an extremely gifted programmer, and super Gundam otaku. And he dies, unfortunately, getting hit by a truck of some kind. And he gets reborn in this other world where large humanoid robots called Silhouette Knights exist. And he gets to grow up being like, I'm going to pilot one of those. And it's his thing growing up, getting into the Silhouette Knights, becoming a student of that Silhouette Knight Academy, and just being OP as fuck because, of course, he's like a 20-something or 30-something-year-old guy inside who is a genius programmer, and it just so happens that the way you calculate and manipulate magic in your head is a lot like the thinking you need to do programming with. So he just happens to be OP as hell and is able to cast high-level magic even though he's like an elementary school student. So, of course, you always have to have your main character OP as hell. Actually,
just to interject here.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know that setting you described? I've seen it in 3 other Isekai mangas that I'm reading. Why is it so overused? It's just like the fucking high school slice of life shit. Isekai is so overused.
It's popular, so people are gonna overuse it.
For some reason, it just drags you back into it, even though it's the same shit.
Because Isekai is fun.
It's fun when done right. Like there's some shows that do it okay. There's some shows that do it right, like Fate, like ReZero. And then there's some shows that like why?
Yeah, why is this an Isekai? Why couldn't you just have it be a fantasy thing?
Like you could just ditch the Isekai setting and it would still be a really good, a decent show, you know?
Or maybe even a better show if it didn't have the Isekai bullshit.
Yeah, it'd be better because like it wouldn't have to explain the Isekai bullshit. I'm like, why? But why?
But yeah, so it looks kind of interesting. First episode is actually out, and I've already seen it, and it was really weird. First episode was super fast. Like, it covered 9 chapters of manga in one episode. I was reading the manga when I was watching the first episode. I'm like, dear God, they skipped this entire chapter. Whoa, I need to catch up. Where are they going with this? So, I think the manga is behind. The source is a light novel. I think the manga is behind, and they're trying to basically just go really quickly through the setup and hopefully have a more slower, thought-out story for the rest of it. But if it's at this pace throughout the entire series, it was just super fast-paced first episode. Like, every 5 minutes there was like and 3 years later, and 6 months later, or things like that. You know what I mean? Yes, it was just like, go. It's like, he just first sees the thing as like this. The episode 1 starts off with him just as like a kid, like first realizing like what kind of world he's in. And it ends off with him in like junior high, but it also shows like elementary for a bit, and then shows the other stuff for a bit, and shows some other stuff for a bit. Easily a couple chapters in the manga where they had to deal with a school bully and establish some character relations. They never did in this one, and they just assumed the character relations, being like, well, obviously those people are friends, just introduce them as friends instead of being like, here's how they meet. So really fast first episode. A little concerned about that, but I'll watch it.
And I thought episode 1 of Champion was bad. Episode 1 of Champion was an absolute fucking info dump. And then you just mentioned this, I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's interesting. If you've read the manga, you go like, wow, that was quick. Maybe if someone who hasn't read it, maybe it's less, like, not as obvious, but I don't know. Well, we shall see after episode, like, 2 and 3 if they keep up the same pace, which if they do, it's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, might as well call it Super Sonic. Isekai no Sonic.
Isekai no Sonic? Oh my god. So beyond Isekai, I saw a first episode of something, and I didn't think it was going to be interesting, but then was Nanamaru Sanbatsu, which is a school, like, could you call it sports? It's people playing buzz-in quizzes in school. And it's actually kind of interesting. They're like, of course, you can make a sort of like a shonen type story structure of the ever escalating opponents into anything as long as there's a competition. And so these are like I don't know if you've ever played these before, where you have the buzzer in front of you and the person asks the question, you buzz and you answer the question, you get points for your team.
Mm-hmm.
It's that. And it's actually kind of interesting. They're starting like like all these sort of like strategies and the thoughts behind how you want to buzz in and when you do it and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's not going to be the best show ever, but I think it could be relatively entertaining for taking a benign topic like a quiz show thing and making it into sort of this tense situation where I have to buzz, but then I have to know the right answer sort of thing. I don't know. Looks fun.
Doesn't look like my sort of thing. I probably won't pick it up.
No, I watched. I wasn't thinking it was going to be interesting, and then I watched first episode of it, and then I was just like, it's actually not that bad. I'll watch 3, see if it catches my eye. But then, let's see. Got 1 or 2 more here that I'm interested in. Of course, there's some of the ones you said, like New Game, and all that stuff. But the last one I think you didn't talk about was Sentar no Nayami. And I mean, I love monster girls. So, monster girls hanging out, doing a slice of life comedy with centaurs and succubus and all that kind of stuff. Why not?
This show, like right off the bat, let's look at the premise, gives me a Monka-esque feeling.
Yeah.
Like, you know the emote Monka-esque? No, actually, make it Monka-gun.
Monka-gun?
Yeah, you look at your general channel. That's the emote.
Oh, I don't want to look at my Reddit right now. Okay, let's see. What do we got? My general?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah, it's at least it's a slice of life and not anything weirder than that. I mean, Monster Musume was a fun read, and it was a fun read, and it was a weird read, like 100% a weird read.
Yeah, but Monster Musume was there for the ecchi. This is not here for the ecchi.
Normal.
This is here for slice of life comedy.
Yeah, it looks more normal. Like, how's the source material? Source material is actually decent. Like,
it's a manga.
It's rated 7.5. Manga rated 7.5. It looks decent. Well, if anything, it'd be a okay show, but it's not gonna appeal to everyone 100%.
Oh, hell no. It's a monster girl thing. You have to be into that thing.
Mm-mm.
So, I mean, I'm into monster girls. That's just my thing.
I mean, I'm into weird shit too. I shall not state it though. Moving on.
State it publicly, man. Come out with me. No, wait, that's weird. But yeah, beyond that, I don't think there's any particular shows that I'm super excited about or know a lot about. But of course, I'll watch everything 1 episode to see if it's decent.
Oh, by the way, for everyone watching this video, we all dropped recreators. It's so boring. Moving on.
I'll wait till it's all done, and then that way I can fast forward through the entire season at once, and then I'll finish recreators.
Yeah, like, the season's really busy. There's a lot of good shows that you probably have to watch. Actually, there's a lot of shows you 100% have to watch, like Fate Apocrypha and Violet Evergreen, and Mahou no Yume and New Game if you're into that. But lots of good shows to watch.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we should talk about? I think that's everything.
I think that's pretty much it for this season, what we're interested in. We'll maybe do this again after 3 or 4 episodes are out and not leave it until 6 episodes are out like we did last time.
Yeah, 3 episode. Actually, we should do it after like week 4 of summer. That way, it's like some shows like Hellgirl get into episode 3.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that'd be
Once
nice. We
everything's
can,
into
yeah.
episode 3 and some people are in episode 4, we'll talk again about whether or not our predictions were correct. But
Oh God, we haven't
what?
talked about the masterpiece that is Aho Girl.
Oh yeah, that one. I mean,
Oh my God, it makes me lose faith in humanity even more. It's like
you've seen episode 1, right?
It's still in episode 1. Okay, so
You've seen
you
it,
take
right? You've
seen
you've watched it, right?
the snippets of it.
Okay, I've seen the whole
I plan
thing.
to
Yeah.
watch episode 1. Okay, so it's like, from what I'm seeing from all the snippets, it's like you take MWO pugs, you put them into an anime and make them the main character. It's like you take Bishop Steiner and make him a main character and make him a dumb fucking girl that for some reason wants you to see her boobs.
I'm dying. Oh.
I
Oh
don't
man,
even
it's a 4-comma manga comedy. It's only 12 minutes long. It's just massive jokes, and that's it.
Why does it? Oh wait, why isn't Sinful Gear on my anime list? I completely missed Sinful Gear.
Sinful Gear is established. If people
Oh,
like
there it is,
Sinful
it's-
Gear, they'll watch it.
I feel sorry for Aoi Yuki because she has to voice the Aho girl and Hibiki from Sinful Gear. He has to voice 2 stupid girls.
Maybe she's just getting used to it.
It feels so bad. Oh yeah, Sinful Gear. It's gonna be stupid. You watch it for the OSTs and the songs, and probably the fight scenes. That's it.
If
Moving on, we
you
don't-
should know what Sinful Gear is at this point if you've watched it.
Yeah,
What
like
is Sinful Gear? There it is.
it's in the corner. Like the thumbnail does not stand out at all. It doesn't make it easy to see. They changed it from Sinful Gear XD to Sinful Gear AXZ.
AXZ. Well, that's weird.
It's gonna have a season 5. Oh my god! Season 5's already confirmed. No! Meanwhile, Spice and Wolf season 3 when?
Never more Spice and Wolf. Good shows? No. Shows that you can sell shit from? Yes. You should know this by now.
I mean, the CDs do sell, so that's where they have the money, and the concert tickets always sell out. But oh my god, dude, they're just milking the series. It's so blatant.
But they're making money. It's fine.
And hopefully they make more new good songs, because so far the songs that I've heard, I'm not impressed with. Yeah, I think that's it. Like, there's nothing else. Like,
Alright.
everything else, like... Hajime no Gal! Oh, I don't even know what that show is. Anyway, let's just conclude it here then. We can get back to it like 4 weeks from now. Probably 4 weeks from now. Oh, shut up, Facebook.
Your Facebook beeping. All right, well, we'll leave it there. And thanks so much, Juju, for hanging out and weebing with me again. It's always fun.
Yes.
And
Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. And good hunting.
Catch us
And
back in,
take us out, Juju.
yeah, let's just catch us back in 3-4 weeks when we pick this shit back up again and go over the series, which we lived out our expectations, yada yada. We'll go on through that in 4 weeks time. Do leave in the comment section down below, on both our comment sections preferably, what shows you're interested in, what shows you like, what shows you don't really give a shit about. I don't know. Like, speak your mind in the comment section down below. Leave a rating, share, subscribe, and Kanajashi, your outro now.
Oh, I already did mine, and then it said to throw it to you. God damn.
You?
Thanks for
Wow.
watching, and good hunting.
Bye!